All right, and joining us to give his perspective on all of this is Professor Emeritus at Harvard Law School, author of Get Trump, and Newsmax analyst Alan Dershowitz. Professor, great to have you with us here. You literally wrote the book, Get Trump. How is what you wrote about coming to life and unfolding before our eyes right now?
Well, in Get Trump, I predicted all four of these indictments, and I predicted that the trials would occur before the election, because the goal of the prosecutors is to influence the election. Some of these indictments are extraordinarily weak and won't survive appeal, but the appeals will take place after the election, so they will have accomplished their goals. As far as the analysis of the case is concerned, Judge Napolitano's, of course, as usual, gotten it exactly right. That's the way RICO was used. He did say it's a glorified conspiracy. It's harder to prove than a conspiracy. I've litigated a lot of RICO cases and won them because the government not only has to prove that people conspired together, but that there was an enterprise, a unit that existed, and that the crimes were committed through the enterprise. And a lot of RICO cases are thrown out, some at the trial level, some at the appellate level. And this one seems to have a lot of vulnerabilities. But at bottom, the prosecution is going to have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Trump and his co-conspirators and co-RICO people, but Trump particularly, has to have known and honestly believed that the election was fair. If he honestly believed that the election was stolen, then he doesn't have the corrupt intent that seems so central to many of the charges in this indictment. So this is going to be a tough case to prove if there is a fair and objective jury.
Yeah, Professor, I want to get your feelings on this. The Fulton County Sheriff said, unless somebody tells me differently, we're following our normal practices, we'll have a mugshot ready for you. One of the questions I've had from early on when we've been hearing this talk about a mugshot is it really necessary? He hasn't had one yet in the prior 3 indictments. Why would this case be different?
Well, first, if I were an investor, I would be investing in a T-shirt company that put the mugshot on the T-shirt. It will sell 1 million shirts. It will be the biggest selling T-shirt in history. It's not a big deal to have a mugshot or not to have a mugshot. But obviously, this prosecutor, who has been raising money off this case and obviously wants to run for re-election, wants to get as much publicity as she can. I mean, the idea that this indictment was incidentally or accidentally or unconsciously leaked to the website even before the grand jurors voted shows how political this case is, and her attempt to get it tried in 6 months. I've never heard anything so absurd as trying a RICO case with close to 20 defendants, with probably 40 or 50 lawyers within 6 months. Never in the history of the United States has a trial as complex as this one been tried within 6 months. She ought to be ashamed of herself for even suggesting that. If I were the judge, I would slap her down so hard for suggesting a 6-month trial in a case where there will be motions and there will be efforts to do all kinds of things, and there will be attempts to recuse lawyers, you name it. This case will not be tried within 6 months. I guarantee you that. So far, every prediction I've made in this case, in Get Trump and in my writings, every prediction has come true. That's why Mark Levin called me the legal Nostradamus. I may or may not be that, but this is the easiest prediction to make. I guarantee you this case will not be tried within 6 months. And you can play this clip back 6 months from now if it's played, and I will be publicly apologetic, but it's not going to happen.
All right. Something tells me your crystal ball, so to speak, is correct. All right. Alan Dershowitz, thanks so much.
Thank you.